Time for a new TBR. Hello friends, I'm Rosa. Welcome to the channel. So today we are picking out my May TBR, and I decided to, a couple months ago, wrap up all my books and then number them, and I have split these numbers into two because these contain, or this canister contains, all the books that I need to read throughout 2023, the ones that I really need to read. This is more like the rest of them. So I'm gonna pick 2 from this one and 8 from this one, and that makes it 10 books. Other than that, I got 2 book club picks that we're talking about, and also a buddy read that we're doing, a read along that we're doing over on the book club as well. If you want to check out the book club, there's a link to it at the top of the description box. But I also quickly wanted to say that I am not doing a TBR video next month, so the June one, because I'll be moving, and in June all my stuff will be packed up. And so I don't know where my books will be, I don't know how much time I'll have to read, and I'm also very behind on the books that I've picked out for the last 2 months. They are taking up a lot of space in my TBR cart, so I'll just like take those with me, some of them, not all. And then hopefully catch up a little bit throughout June. We'll still do the reading wrap-ups. I just will not be doing the TBR video, so this will cover basically both May and also June. So the books better be good. Anyway, I think 13 will be fine as well. So that means the next TBR video that goes up on the channel will actually be from my next place. Recorded in my next place. I am nervous. Anyway, so I got the 2 books that we're reading with the book club. I have not brought out Glow. But before we can talk about them, we gotta pull out some numbers. So let's start with this one. I got 11, number 11. Okay, and then I got, let's go with this one. I got a good feeling about this one. Number 9, number 9. It's not focusing on it. Number 9. There you go. 11 and 9. Okay. And now we pick 8 numbers from this, which has a lot of numbers in it. I think like 130 or something. I don't actually know. A lot though. Like there's a lot in here. Okay. So let's go with this one. It was like poking out. I could not go with it. 176. Wait, is that the last one I wrapped up? I think so. That's so random. I've been shaking this so much, trust me. I think this is the last one I wrapped up. That's so random. I don't know which one it is, but anyway, we'll figure it out. Let's go to the bottom then. Okay, and this one is 131. 131. This is like bingo all over. I had this exact feeling the last time I did this kind of video, a month ago. It's like bingo. 45. We're out of the hundreds. 45. Let's go for this one. 158. That's a newer one as well, a newer book. Because whenever I've been buying books, I've been wrapping them up as well after doing book hauls. So my newer books will also be wrapped up, which is very exciting because I have a lot of adult contemporary romance wrapped up recently. So they'll be standalones, and that's good because I have too many books. Too many books to read. So that was 5. We gotta do 3 more. Let's go for this one, which is number 90. Number 90. And 2 more. Let's choose this one, which is number 32. Number 32, right here. Thank you for focusing. Number 32. And lastly, hold on. Okay, let's go with this one. Right at the top. Okay. Okay. Number 36. Number 36. 32 and 36. That's funny. Number 36. There we go. Okay. So I think that was 10 total, right? That was 10. Good. Can put this back in the spot. There we go. And that means I gotta go find the books now. Wish me luck. I gotta get my hair away from my face. I'll admit, 2 of them I could kind of see through a little bit, the paper, and I'm not too excited, but I'll be reading them regardless, so It's fine. We're gonna start out talking about the 3 books that we're reading on the book or in the book club with the book club though. So first we have the primary pick for the buddy read, which I will cover in a vlog, and it's Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. All I know about this is that she's a nightmare, like a literal nightmare, not like, you know, like that, but like she's a nightmare. Fortuna Sworn is the last of her kind. We were meant to be seductive, we were designed to lure humans in. Her brother disappeared 2 years ago, leaving her with no family or species to speak of. She hides among humans, spending her days working at a bar and her nights searching for him. The bleak pattern goes on, until she catches the eye of a powerful fae. He makes no attempt to hide that he desires Fortuna, and in exchange for her, he offers something irresistible. So Fortuna reluctantly leaves her safe existence behind to step back into a world of creatures and power. It soon becomes clear that she may not have bargained with her heart, but her very life. So I'm very excited to start this. This is like the first in a rather longish series, I think. Maybe like 5-6 books or something, so... But good thing it's not on the longer side. It's like less than 300, about 300, something like that. I'm very excited though. I love fae stories. So we're reading that. The secondary pick is apparently has pink edges. Not sprayed, but something happened to them. It's fine. It's Malice by Heather Walter, which is a retelling of Maleficent, where she meets the princess and then falls for her. So think like, just like a retelling of it, but sapphic instead, and I'm very excited. Where the handsome prince doesn't win, or something. She's still the villain, so like, I don't know. I have questions, but they'll get answered once I read it. Very excited for this though. That's, I think, adult, new adult, whatever you want to call it. This, I believe, is YA, I think. Don't quote me on it, because I could be wrong. But I'm super excited because I've heard lovely things about both. And then we're also reading as a read-along, so I have split this up into 6 parts. We're reading like 120 pages per week or something. And we finished Gleam in April, so we actually started Glow during the last week of April, and we'll be reading the majority of it here in May. We are so excited about because I have fallen for this series. I'll admit, it took like a little bit, like I did like the first one, but now I love it. It's a King Midas retelling where we follow Oren, who is a golden girl. But like literally. She has golden skin, golden eyes, golden hair. She's like pure gold. King Midas loves her, obviously, but King Midas is a bit of a douche. Because Oren is basically a prisoner in his castle. She is imprisoned in a cage inside the castle and she can't leave it. She feels fine being there because she loves Midas and she feels safe in the castle or in the cage. But to us, the readers, it's quite clear that she's very much a prisoner. And then one day, King Midas decides to basically trade her off. So she has to stay with another king for a night in exchange for King Midas being able to borrow his army to invade another kingdom. And this is like shocking to Oren because what the heck? The only person she loves in the world is Midas. The only one who makes her feel safe is Midas, and then he just decides to trade her off for power? What in the world? So her world is shaken completely. It's upside down all of a sudden. She doesn't know what to do. She feels unsafe, and she starts to question a lot of things, and things are set in motion, if you will. It's very exciting. And then, the 3rd book got so good. It got so good. It was so good. Anyway, very excited to read this. Things are only getting better, so I'm very excited. As for the books, we're starting out with number 9. This is gonna take so long to unwrap. I'm so excited. What is that? What is it? I can't read. Is it upside down? Oh my god, it was upside down! But it is the one that I thought it was. Did I like unconsciously read it up? I can see it through the paper if you're confused. Anyway, did I just like, wait, I'm so excited to read this. My heart right now. Wait, I literally looked at the first book earlier today and was just like, oh, why is it wrapped up? I'm so excited to read this. Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kemmerer. Yes, okay. Listen, Defy the Night, it's ride or die. Like, I will stay by that book for all time. It's so good. It was so good. Anyway, I'm very excited for this. It's the sequel to Defy the Night. In Defy the Night, it's a Robin Hood retelling. So we follow a girl and a guy who are rebels. They live in a kingdom that is plague-ridden, basically. Everyone's getting sick, and the only thing that can keep the sickness at bay is a flower. But unfortunately, the rich people are kind of hoarding this flower. They're taking way too much of it. Way more than they should. So these rebels kind of steal it and try to like give it to the poorer people so that they can also at least not defeat the sickness, but just like keep it in check. And then one day something happens and our lead girl is shocked. On a whim decides to infiltrate the castle where the royals live and also the advisors and stuff. And what she witnesses in there and what she hears and sees is like shocking. It's shocking. It turns her world upside down and it also makes her want to fight back because things are not okay. So it ended on a cliffhanger and I've been waiting for a long time. I'm very excited. Anyway, super excited for this. Like I literally looked at it earlier today because I had to put the Jasmine Throne back in its spot and it's right next to it and I was like, oh, why is Defend the Dawn wrapped up right now? I could read that book right now. I'm very, very excited. That's a good start. Okay, then we have, which one was the next one? 11? We have 11. I don't know what this is. I can't tell. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh no. I should not. I should just open them and then see. I keep reading through the paper. So I promised myself that in 2023 I was going to read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I'm not going to promise to read the sequels right away because I believe this is a little bit on the heavier side. Like a YA trilogy I can handle, but this is like adult fantasy with historical fiction mixed in as well. So I am sure that I'm gonna love this. I'm sure that it's action-packed. I just am a little bit scared because I did not enjoy Babel, what I've read of it at least. But I also know that this is, at least as far as I've heard, very, very different. Will not promise to read the sequels though in June because it's a lot of heavier reading, so I think I might split it up. But I'm very excited for this, but also nervous. I cannot say exactly what it's about other than we follow Ren, who is going to a warrior academy of some kind, right? Yeah, and then there's the question of her being a dark-skinned peasant girl. Most elite military school in Nikan. That's what I call the warrior academy, I don't know. Anyway, but she's not having an easy time because of prejudice. And while there, she also learns that she has some powers, and she learns that the gods are very much alive, and also that there's a third puppy war kind of brewing in the background of everything. So, war, but powers. And I think she's a bit of an anti-hero? I don't know how to pronounce it, I just realized. But I think she is one of those things. Yes. So I'm excited. But nervous, but excited at the same time. I do have the sequels though. Then we have number 32, which looks like this. I cannot tell what it is. Oh, I can tell what it is, but I didn't do it on purpose. It's just the title was like screaming in my face when I looked at, I'm trying to open it. I think this is actually super exciting because I just finished Circe not too long ago and I've been really in the mood to read this because Ariadne is actually mentioned and featured in Circe. So this is obviously Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. It's a Greek mythology retelling where we follow Ariadne, who is, she, the princess of Crete, daughter of the fearsome King Minos, and she has a brother who's a Minotaur. Minotaur. Anyway, a guy arrives one day and Ariadne ends up helping him kill her half-brother, the Minotaur, whose name? Minos. And so she basically ends up betraying her family, and there's something about the gods as well. I cannot remember exactly the whole situation with the Minotaur. That thing. The bull man. Yes. Listen. English is not my first language, okay? I'm trying here. I'm doing my very best. I'm doing my very best. I feel like I succeed most of the time. It's just sometimes words are hard. Very excited for this though. I've been very much in a Greek mythology mood since reading Circe. Circe was amazing, by the way. Highly recommend. So I'm very excited to read Ariadne. You can barely see it, right? But it's fine. Then we have this thick boy. I'm nervous. Okay, so this is Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn, which is the sequel to Legendborn, which I'll admit I didn't fully love. I'm not gonna get into why. It's just the pacing was off for me for starters. So I'm not too excited for this, but at the same time, I feel like it did get better towards the end of Legendborn, and the frustration that I had kind of like ebbed away a little bit, so I'm very willing to give this one a try, a good try. Now that we're past the info dumping as well, hopefully there's not going to be much of that in this one. I'm actually, I have high hopes, at least. I'm going into this with a positive mindset, let's put it like that. So, but in Legendborn, we follow Bree, who is going to high school a high school where she gets to stay. I didn't know that was actually a thing before I read that book, but very cool. And she's supposed to be there and just live her life as a normal kid, a normal teen. She's having a hard time though because her mother passed not too long ago, and she feels like the circumstances of her passing were a little bit weird. There are certain things that she remembers that just kind of like rubs her the wrong way, like she can't stop thinking about them. And she's very sad as well. Understandably so, because it was her mother. So, but on her first night at this high school, her and her roommate decide to go out and just enjoy life being teenagers and just make friends and party a little bit. However, something happens at this party. Bree sees something that she's definitely supposed to not be able to see, and suddenly she finds herself kind of like thrown into this secret society of King Arthur warriors, and there's this whole thing, and Bree also actually decides to, despite getting told otherwise, she decides she wants to infiltrate this secret society because she's hoping that they might have some answers that can help her with this whole thing with her mom, like answer some questions. Maybe she feels a little bit like maybe they had a hand in it as well, so she decides to basically get some answers. Yeah. Oh, and she also meets a guy and another guy. and a whole thing. Demons as well. Demons in these ones. So if you like that sort of thing, yes. I hope I can stand over there because I've run out of space. Well, no, I haven't. But does she blend in a little bit too much down here? Behind Poppy War? I don't know. You can still see it. Okay. Then we have number 45. Number 45 is very pink. It's bunny. The only thing I know about this is that it's horror and super weird. And that's basically it. Like, I don't know. A brilliant, utterly unique peek into the dark side of female friendship. Part thriller, part horror, part teen drama. It's like Mean Girls with added menace. As if there wasn't enough menace in Mean Girls already. It's literally called Mean Girls. Anyway, I would say Regina George is a menace. Okay? But, yeah, don't tell me what this is about. Just, I'll go into it blind. Maybe I'll read it for a vlog or something. I don't know. I'm very excited. This is so pink. Like, it just took all the focus. The camera literally can't anything else. It's just like pink. I don't know. It looks very funny. Yeah, that's a lot. Wow. Okay, I'm reading this in June. I was kind of hoping that this would hit sometime during the fall, but I'm okay with it. Oh, I meant May. Well, May or June. We'll figure it out. She has to lean on SJM because she can't stand on her own, but that's fine. Then we have this thin boy. I only have one book that is this thin, so I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that it's Midnight Library. This is a funny mix of books. Like, I don't know. And lo and behold, I was right. So the thing about this is that I mainly bought it because I heard other people hated it. So we'll see. I'll make a vlog out of this. Maybe I'll include it in that one and just be confused for a whole vlog. We'll see. I don't know. I don't really know what it's about. I think it's the one where there's a woman who, yes, Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. She dies and then she ends up in a library where basically she can see like different threads of her life. So if she'd made different choices, she would have gone this way. And if she'd made another choice, she would have gone that way. And then that raises the question, with infinite choices, which is the best way to live? So kind of supposed to be thought-provoking, but we'll see. Oh, it's by Matt Haig, by the way. I forgot to say. Number 115. Trying my best not to... I don't wanna see the title. This paper is not super thick, so like sometimes it's easy to tell. Oh, we got another Disney retelling. So this is Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly, which is it's a retelling of Cinderella. Kind of funny. So we have, what are you? Sleeping Beauty? Is Maleficent not from Sleeping Beauty? I cannot remember for the life. Yeah, she has to be. Okay. And then we have Cinderella. Kind of cool. So, except we don't follow Cinderella in this one. We follow one of the stepsisters. Just want to say. No Cinderella in this. Well, maybe there might be. But it's about one of the stepsisters who feels like they've just kind of been like overshadowed by Cinderella, essentially. So this is stepsister Isabel's story. Isabel is brave and strong-willed, but not beautiful, and she has bloody feet from trying to fit into the glass slipper, because that was a thing. I think in the original story, she actually cut off her toes to fit into the glass slipper. So, lovely. But now Isabel has a chance to alter her destiny and prove what ugly stepsisters have always known. It takes more than heartache to break a girl. So I'm very excited for this. I have heard lovely things about it as well. I believe believe it's YA, so, but don't quote me on it again. This is the thing, you can't really prepare to talk about these books when you don't know what books you're talking about in these TBR videos. So, but I'm excited. More retellings, cool. How many is that? Technically 3, 4, technically. I'll take it. And 5. What's funny? Do we have more retellings? I don't know. Number 131. Oh my god. No. What is it? I don't know what it is. Oh, I was legitimately thinking about this book the other day because the author's 3rd book is coming out and I saw the cover and there's been some speculation about it as well. So we have Wildest the Witch by Rachel Griffin. I loved The Nature of Witches, the first book that she put out, her debut. Thought it was so good, so I've been very excited to read this one, and her popping up with like cover announcements or whatever, like it's been popping up a lot on my Instagram, which has reminded me of this book, so I'm very excited that it's on my May TBR. May and June, let's call it that. This one though, we follow our lead girl who, she is basically hiding from humans. She's just kind of keeping to herself. Not necessarily hiding, but keeping to herself because she might have caused something that has caused the Witches' Council to keep an eye on her, and she doesn't want to hurt anyone, so she's just sticking to herself. But there's this guy who is getting on her nerves, and so one day she decides to sit down, perform some witchy stuff, write a curse, just for fun. However, the curse that was never supposed to be cast is stolen by an owl and taken away from her. And it turns out that this owl is also an amplifier, which means that with this owl having their claws on this curse, the curse won't just affect this guy anymore, it'll affect a lot of people in a big radius. So she has to very kindly ask the guy to help her bring this curse back. And I think the guy also doesn't like witches. Witches are like, I think they're known to exist in this universe. So it's like an alternate universe of our world. And so the two of them have to set out and get this curse back. But they also hate each other. So I'm excited. And then we have 2 more. Rather large paperback, which means that it's probably independently published. Oh. So I bought this on a bit of a whim because I am in a bit of a phase. I love fantasy romance, and I was searching for some reverse harem because I thought it was fun to read. I came across this, which is called Dark Fae. It's by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Yes, they wrote Zodiac Academy as well. I think I need to read the first one to actually know the world, but I'll have 2 months, so that's okay. But this takes place in the same world, and it's about one girl and 4 guys, I think. But like, other than that, I don't know what it is. Oh, she's a vampire. I didn't know. That's cool. Oh, what do a heartless dragon shifter, a cold-blooded basilisk, an arrogant lion shifter, and a brooding tattooed harpy have in common? Me, Elise Callisto, vampire, angel of vengeance, and a girl on a mission to destroy one of them for murdering my brother. What the heck? Where did that come from? Honey, what are you doing? When I accidentally killed a werewolf who was high on a new and dangerous drug called Killblaze, his final words painted a dark reality for me. The king of Aurora Academy killed my brother. The trouble is, there's 4 kings at the academy and each of them have motive and bloodthirsty natures. But I'll do whatever it takes to bring down the fae who took my flesh and blood from me. I'm very excited. I hate the covers though, I just want to say, like, they're not my favorites. There's half-naked dudes on the other ones, just want to point that out. At least she's covered up somewhat. Not entirely. Anyway, I'm excited to read it though. Yes, okay. I can't feel my foot anymore. Oops. And then we have the last one, which I wrapped up like 3 days ago, and I cannot remember for the life of me which one this is. I have no idea. Oh, okay. So we're kind of staying a little bit in smut territory, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but Addicted to You by the Ritchie sisters, Krista and Becky, which I believe is the first one in a series as well of companion novels possibly, where we follow a sex addict and also an alcoholic who kind of cover for each other. So people don't necessarily know that they're dealing with these addictions because they group up or they team up to basically explain away stuff that happens. Okay. And then slowly they start to kind of realize that they depend on each other and that maybe their biggest addiction is actually their friendship and what they have together. And yes, I'm excited, but I'm kind of nervous as well, but I'm also excited. I don't know. I feel like addiction is a bit of a difficult one to navigate, a bit of a difficult one to present in a respectable manner. So I'm nervous to see how they do it, but also excited at the same time. And I've had my eyes on this for a while, so I'm very happy that I just decided to pay the price for it because it's very expensive in paperback format over here. But I just decided to, so now I'm reading it and I've run out of space. So that is those are the books that I'm bringing with me. The ones that I'm not packing into boxes, at least for the next couple of months. So I'm very excited to see what my next office is going to look like. I hope that I can upgrade some of my bookcases so I can possibly have room for more books, but we'll see if it's possible. I don't know yet. Hoping that it is, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll be reading these and the other books that I have in my TBR card for the next 2 months. So if you've read any of them, let me know your thoughts. I'll make sure to link to all of them in the description box down below if you want to check them out, save them for future purposes or other. And if you want to check out the book club as well, there is still a link to it in the pinned comment. So feel free to come hang out with us over there. But that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, but also videos like wrap-ups and reading vlogs, a moving vlog kind of soonish. I say soon, but it'll be up in like 2 months. I feel like that's soonish. Anyway. But also bookish unboxings and all the other booktube stuff. Definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. But that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, you know you're beautiful.